morning, everybody. Rise and shine. It is a beautiful morning, so let's make it a beautiful day by waking up with DBS this morning. My name is Asman Rose, and I want to say thank you again for joining me so early in the morning. Today's show is going to be about the men. The men, the men, the men. But I'm not going to give it all away just yet. So let's take a stop at the news desk for this morning's headlines. Thanks, news team, and don't go too far because we'll be right back. Sticking with us, guys. Now, as you all know, Men's International Day just passed, so in light of this, I had a little chit chat with Dr. Stephen King. So let's check that out. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm joined here with a familiar face. I'm joined here with Dr. Stephen King. And how are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm fine, Alison. It's really good to be with you.
Oh, thank you. Don't compliment me so early in the show. Now, I know Men's International Day is just passed. So I came across one of your videos from last year, I believe it was, about Father's Day, and I love the message behind it. So could you tell the people a little bit more about how this whole thing came to be?
Sure. Well, last year, the Rotary Club was doing a whole activity for Men's Day, and the British High Commission wanted to do something as well. So together with Rotary, British High Commission, RISE, Semi Warner Francis, and Cameron Brown, we produced this video. And of course, the wonderful fathers who spoke on that video. Yeah.
So what was the message behind it for all those who have not seen it just yet?
Okay. It's actually, I think it's a brilliant video. These are serious times that we're in. And the message in this video is about the power of transformation, of love for your child, love for children. In this video, it is really ordinary men talking about ordinary natural love of children, but the extraordinary transformation that love creates. So it talks about men choosing to be a father in the first instance, which is a commitment. Then it talks about how that commitment leads you to responsibility. Responsibility to check your own thoughts and your own behavior, and therefore, because you the power of example for your child. It talks about thinking about investments in a sustainable way. It talks about investing in property. It talks about investing in businesses. It talks about intergenerational wealth, putting something in place for your children. It speaks about the responsibility of livelihoods, because you need to look after your child. And then it also talks about the joy, the sustainable joy that a child brings into your life as a good father, and how children are a blessing. And it's interesting. The power of transformation. I remember I've been privileged, based on my history and my work with RISE and Safe Spaces, to be accepted into a number of marginalized communities in a trusting way. And I remember a father who was an iconic bad man, judged by his history, or from his history and judged by the society as a bad man. He has 4 children. He told me how he loves his children. And he told me how life needs to transform. His life needs to transform so for the better of his future of his children. That man was gunned down and killed. And when I reflect on it, it begs a question, a number of questions. One of them is, would we as a society have accepted this so-called bad man when he decides to transform when he wants to manifest his transformation, or would we keep him anchored in the history that we believe? That's one. Then it got me into my own meditation of, look, the power of transformation and the dream of transformation must not die, must never die. So that was my covenant with the Most High. And in my own meditation, it got me to think of a particular passage in Scripture from Isaiah, which says that the wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie with the goat, the calf, the lion, and the yearling will be together, and the child shall lead them. That passage is written by Isaiah to be the ultimate transformation. In my meditation, I see that as a power of transformation of the children's love, to cause enemies to make peace and to work together. That's what, when I speak to that iconic bad man who is now dead, that is what he was telling me. Okay? And the song that we chose, that Semi Warner Francis sang, is Living in the Love of the Common People. So that herein comes a call. Because if we are to live in the love of the common people, that love must be caused to be manifested. How does that happen? The decision makers in this country, the leaders in this country, must create an environment that allows the love to flourish. They must create an environment in which our children are nurtured in a space where we, as we doctors say, there are no adverse childhood experiences. Okay? It also speaks to women, a call on women to embrace the men. The men who want to be good fathers, embrace them, encourage them, embrace them. No matter what your relationship is with that man, the best interest of the child comes first. And then the final call is to the men, us men. Our St. Lucia needs strong and loving men. And that's what this video is really all about.
It really is amazing to see how you can put all these things into a beautiful video and bring across all those messages. Now, I know in society we like to place a specific idea on people, and that's their life, that's their story. But that's not the case. There is something called change, and we need to put it out effectively, because change is something that takes place, and people can be new people. We can be reborn again.
Of course.
Now, I understand that those fathers are not the typical father for everyone.
That's right.
And I really love to see how you brought them out. You gave them the opportunity to speak out, to show the love for their children. And it was such a beautiful video. And I hope everyone goes out to see it, because it will be playing shortly. So guys, stay tuned for that. Now, besides those fathers and all of that, is there anything you want to say to the people, the men out there, for Men's International Day? Because although it is a day, we want to celebrate it throughout the whole month, throughout the whole year, because our men is important.
Of course. Yes, I want to tell the men, yes, be strong and be loving. I want men to choose to be the fathers. Now, I want you to choose to be a father, not just of your biological child, because every child in this country deserves a father. Every child needs guidance. So I want us as men to step up now, because nobody can do this. I was telling at the Rotary Club when they had the event, I was saying that, every child knows. Let me tell you, a mother is a mother of a child, and that's it. That's nature. A father chooses to be a father. And the child knows that we choose, and therefore feels the love of that choice and that commitment. So as men, let us on this International Men's Day, make a commitment to ourselves and the Most High. Make that covenant that we will be the transformation that is needed. And we will embrace the love of children, because therein we will find that motivation for that transformation. We will find the need for responsibility and the discipline to be the kind of men that will take our country to where it's supposed to be. That's my message to men on this day.
Wow, that is a great message, because we know that there is a lot of negative about fathers and men, and that is brought to the light. But we need to bring out the positive and everything about it, because we don't want to discourage the men. We want them to know that, hey, we see you and we want you to shine. So I want to say thank you for joining me here. It was an amazing interview, and I know everybody is listening closely for that video. And guys, I'll see you in one moment. Welcome back, guys. Now, as you know, we just had a conversation with Dr. Stephen King, so let's check out his video about all the men in our society. Roll the clip.
Living on free food tickets, water in the milk from a hole in the roof where the rain came through. What can you do? Tears from your little sister, crying cause she doesn't have a dress without a patch for the party to go. But you know, she'll get by, cause She's living in the love of a common people, smiles from the heart of a family man. Daddy's gonna buy you a dream to cling to. Mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. And she can. Living in the love of a common people, smiles from the heart of a family man. Daddy's gonna buy you a dream to cling to. Mama's gonna love you just as much as she can. And she can.
The responsibility of fathers within the population right now, even with academics, and learning that we have a particular responsibility when it comes to raising our kids, because our kids were not brought, or were not asked to be brought into this world, but so that means that we have the responsibility to take care of them. The saying was that everybody can be a father, but is a dad, meaning that a lot of men out there do have children, but they choose not to pick up the mantle of actually raising their child and helping with that state of society. So I think more fathers should get involved in raising their kids and being that backbone to the next generation.
If it wasn't for my daughters today, I never know where I would have been. They actually changed my life, because when you're growing up as a teenager, no matter what age you make a child, so long as you become a father, everything in life is supposed to change. Your life not supposed to be yours no more. You start to be living your life for your children, doing right by them, watching how you're moving out there, being a good role model, setting trends for them and supporting them. Life before my children was also normal to me, because I raised in a family where I raised in a big family, so I always had a father figure there with me. So that's important in the life we live in now, to always have a father figure there with you to show you the rights and the wrongs. Because I tend to grow my children the same way. I have two girls. I always tend to teach them the right thing and always be a role model in their life. You understand me? I know it's rough and it's hard, but try not to take too much peer pressure out there. Try to have your own mind. That's the same thing I've just said about having a father figure there, being a role model. You now, even if you never had a father there, you now have to use your mind and know that right from wrong and know which way you're going. I know it's hard, but trying to figure out what you really want to be or what you want to do in life is a big thing. Don't make peer pressure and influence around you make you do things. You understand me? It's like having a gun on your shoulder. Know what side to go, what road you will lead to, and what you want to do in a life.
Life before was like any normal man. I had 25. So, I had like 24 years to play. You get me? To play around and be like a normal everyday youth growing up. But when she come about, that was like time to focus, because you have a mouth to feed. I had to make sure you live up to that responsibility that you're getting there. And worst of all, you grow without, not to say you didn't have a father, but the presence, he wasn't actually present. You get me? Even if he was in the same area, but he wasn't actually present. So you had to be different from, I had to be different from my father. You get me? I had to set the trend. Yeah, man, life was, after her is, well, she's my blessing, I go lie. I can't see, I don't have a next one yet. So for the time that she is all about her. Yeah, man.
You take care of your youth, guys, sir. Because that's the future, sir. Because sometimes your youth 70 give you is the next somebody else that going to take care of you. You know where you're coming from? I see that, bro. Like, I see that. You know where you're coming from? So don't mind nobody, so take care of your youth, me say. Even though it's not yours. Because, check for the youth and them, me say. That's what I have to say. Check for the youths. You know what I mean? And make sure when you get up in the morning, but remember the youth, so you're going to know Margie. You know what I mean? Because I know North Youth want a big chain, they want you know what I mean, and a bad car, you know what I mean? Brother, make it no road, bro. Best right now buy property for the youths, so you can have something to fall back on in the next 10, 15 years. Because when you buy a car for 40 grand, 60 grand, bro, that value doing every day, big man. You know, you're coming from big man, that value every day, but you buy a piece of land. You buy a 70 grand, you have a sitting down there, bro, buy that, bro. Trust me. You buy nobody. You have a 50 grand sitting down there, buy a piece of land, bro. Kia. Different every day, big man. You get a care for nothing nowadays, bro. Best you buy a piece of land, so that piece of land, your youths can fall back on it. So tomorrow, they know, That's where daddy is. That's where daddy is, and that's daddy. You know what I mean? Coming from? Because I know in the next 5, 6 years, 10 years along your life, our youth can own a piece of land in this country. You know what I mean? And it's a fact, eh? In Grozile, a piece of land now is $25, $26 a piece of land here, sir. A square feet of land. Where are you going from? Where are you going from, big man? So, bro, them big chin that got 50 grand in your neck, and them care for 40 grand. Buy a piece of land, sir. And buy put a top up and that to rent. And drag it for the youths. You know what I mean? Instead of put your money in them thing and buy them. You know what I mean, big man? In real life, because them things play no value. But remember, all you're doing is for your youths. You go buy a big chain. What are playing for the youth? That a big chain. What? That losing value. Yeah, they go sell the gold, but that losing value, big man. Yeah, buy a piece of land. You know what I mean? I tell you, I tell you, do make yourself look good, because I self, bro, I making sure myself alright and nice. Me see, just do make it look like it. You may see. Check for the youths, me see. I know I tell you, check for the youths.
I have 4 kids, 1 girl, 3 boys. Well, before my life of children, I was a do care person, you know. Just come on the block, chill with my friends. I know my mother would take care of everything, bills and my eats and everything, you know. And when I get my girlfriend, I have a child. Life just changed one time. Doing that, I have a kid and I have to cater for. Check? Yeah, now I have 4 kids that just changed my life into a family man, you check? Yeah. It has fights, it has in and outs where, you know. Well, my advice to the man and them now have the youths them that don't care. I think they should take a part in their youth's life. They could see what's going on today, especially what's going on in Vieux Fort now, you check. Not just in Vieux Fort, in St. Lucia, Island Wide, check. I mean, the children need the guidance. The youth them need the guidance. And as a father, I telling you, you should play a big part in your youth life.
I chose and I decided and I wanted to be a part of my son's life. I wanted to be in a position whereby I could look after my family, look after my son and so forth. And so I wanted to do the best that I could do. So in a way, when you know you're expecting a child, what happens is you're beginning to ensure that you do as much as you can in terms of ensuring that you earn enough monies to take care of the family and so forth. So whereas I may not have been worrying too much about employment, but now I'm worrying about it all the time because I have to put things in place for the future. And so it was scary being a new dad. My son was born, now I have a baby to take care of. Now I have to also, I'm not only worried about him, but I'm also worried about, you know, my relationship with his mother. And I'm also happy because having a baby in your life, you have this bond that you're beginning to develop with the child of your own. And so it was scary, but enjoyable. And it forces you to mature and to also look at yourself differently and to be honest with yourself. And one of the things I really learned about, if I really wanted to be a good father, I had to really be honest with myself. And what do I mean by that? Basically what I mean is essentially I had to look at myself and ensure that I identify the weaknesses that I had and to really think about what are the things about myself that I wanted to change so that I could be better, because now my focus is to be better.
Can't say I alright, man. My sons, they're alright. For them I'm working for. For them I'm working for. And that's my most priority for the world, to make my sons happy and give them a future. You know what I mean? At least leave a little thing so they go start from right at the bottom. At least when I leave, they have a little things they can start off so they can better my genes, you know what I mean? Better my, where I start. That I'm more based on for the world, you know what I mean?
up, St. Lucia? Last week we gave you an explosive exercise. Now this week we're going to hit the core. You understand? So roll out of your beds, get up, let's get it popping. We're going to hit those core muscles right away. Let's get it popping. Good morning. All right, guys, so we're going to get down and dirty today. Remember, 6 minutes of explosive core exercise. Let's get the timer on. And first, we're going to start with flutter kicks. But then again, you pray, then you try to hit the washroom. When everything is all cleared out and you still looking a bit fat and flabby like me, we're going to flat that down. We're going to get it popping with flutter kicks. So we're going to start with 15 flutter kicks. All right, flutter kicks is you're going to lean back and about 1 inch above the ground and we're flipping. Let's get it popping in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go for 20. 13, 14, 15, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right? So remember, St. Lucia, if you want to maximize these exercises, you can do 3, 4, or 5 sets, depending on your body condition. How you want to get it done? Remember, we're making it work. We're getting fit and ripped whilst trying. All right. So the second exercise, we're going to do some sit-ups. So what you're going to do, try to brace yourself, especially since your husband didn't come home from work last night for last business. So you cannot stand up on your foot. So it's just you, yourself, your children still sleeping or they go to school already and you're crying, you have a go well. So you're trying to work it out? Yes. What you didn't know, that if you go into a depression or you're depressed, exercise is a very good form of rehabilitation for you guys. So stop making excuses. Come into the gym, find an avenue, find a park, find somewhere. Let's get it popping. Let's make it work. I'm not lashing out nobody, but stop spending useless money on tablets. I'm not lashing out anybody. Don't come for me. But self-home, self-made exercise is very important. All right, let's get the sit-ups popping. We're going to hit 10 sit-ups. Let's go. 1. Control down and up. 2. Control it down. 3. Control it down. 4. Control. 5. You see, same thing, control monkey. Your head's so big, you're just falling on the floor. Focus. Let's go. 6. 7. 8. Come on, Jasbo, reach for that tower up. 9. Let's go. 5 more. Come on. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now notice when I was executing this exercise, I wasn't bringing my head forward. My head and my body coming up together. I'm not crunching to bring up my head like that. A lot of people just do that and it is wrong. Your head and body is one, come up together. Excellent. So that's 2 exercises already. Again, you want to maximize it, you can do 3, 4, or 5 sets. What you can do. So the third exercise, we're going to do the leg raises. All right? Hitting the core. Let's get it popping. Let's go. 1. Take your time. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Come on, 2 more. 9. And 10. Now, again, I know this exercise is very stressful. Now, a lot of people like to do leg raise, even if they're hanging up on a machine or a bar, and they're just raising the foot. Let me educate you right now. When you just raise your leg like that, the main part of the body you're working out is your hip area. You're not really targeting the core. For you to actually target the core, so I was doing, you give a roll with it. So So when you roll up, when you let your rear come off the ground, that's when you actually hit in the core. But when you just raise your feet, you're more hitting your area. So anytime you go to the gym, try it out and let me know what's good. All right, the fourth exercise, we're going to do some cycling crunches. So we're on our back, I'll be cycling and crunching all the way. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, crunch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Let me tell you something, that's tough. It's tough. Now, if I wasn't watching me there, I didn't run at mom and call for my mother already, you know. But then you know what it is, you know my motivation. We're doing it for my lovely daughter, Big Daniel, Big Tiff. So let's go. Daddy's got your back. We're going to go to knee crunches. I just got fired up. Knee crunches. We're going for 50 knee crunches. See me? Bullet! Pull out. These words are in my encyclopedia. I warned you all already. Anyway, it's knee crunches. Let's go. 15. 1, 2, 3. No, that's not me passing gas. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 more. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. And guys, 6 minutes in 2, 1. 6 minutes of explosive core, stomach, sexy, dissected pieces of pork chops. Good morning.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of our show. Now, as we're wrapping things up, I have one last thing to say. To all the men out there, choose to be fathers. Choose to be an important role in that child's life. Do not stay by the shore. Do not stay away. Involve yourself in that child's life and be a pillar and a rock for her or him. Now, I want to say thank you again, guys, for tuning in to DBS this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Bye.